Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get straight into it, man. Do y'all see what the WNBA is doing to Caitlin Clark? Do y'all see what they're doing? This league is self sabotaging itself. Even when it comes down to the women's basketball Olympics basketball team, she was snubbed. Let's be honest. Before we even get into how she was snubbed in the Olympics, you can watch the basketball games and see it for yourself how the WNBA players are doing overboard. Now, I'm not saying you can't be competitive and a little bump here and there, tough. That's cool. That's all in the part of the games. But you can tell the difference between a dirty foul or a clean one. You can see this. You can tell. These women are abusing her. They're hitting her off the ball extra rough just because she she's painted as the face now. So I can understand if you might get upset saying how she the face. I can understand that part. That's cool. But when you try to hurt her on the basketball court, these women are so crazy that they don't understand that she's the cash cow. And if you hurt your cash cow, the viewers will stop watching. They will go blind. Not saying every viewer, but the viewership you're getting now. Think about it. Her impact in the game is the reason why a lot of WNBA player teams are getting more money, more viewership, um, chartered flights. It wasn't happening before she came in the league. She set the new market. Now, when players, if they were smart enough, whenever you're playing against her, you show the world that you're better than her. Now, views goes on your games. That's how that happens, right? That's how that happens. The players keep saying a lot of, and I'm be 100 with y'all. A lot of the black women in media spaces will defend Caitlin Clark, and then the other half of them, or maybe the majority, that are against Caitlin Clark and don't even know why they're against her. Oh, come on, she ain't try to break her down. It's Angel Reese. It's Angel Reese. It's Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese is a good ball player. I'm not gonna act like she ain't a good ball player. But you have somebody that's good and someone that's great, right? So a lot of the players are getting jealous of Caitlin Clark. Impact. And I keep saying this impact because no matter what she does, she still get the views. No matter what she does, she's still getting talked about. It's the impact that y'all really jealous of. So let's get back to Kennedy Carter. People keep saying, "Oh, she hit Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark hit her teammate in the head right before that play happened." First of all, if you look at Caitlin Clark right before that play, she was hustling for the ball and happened to hit the lady in the head by accident. That's a basketball play, right? You're going for the ball, somebody hit by accident. That's cool. But when you go on the court and you score, then off the ball, when she's inbounding the ball, you run and you go in cheap. You call her a little bitch and then hit her. That right there is a revenge personal foul. It's dirty. When the men do it too, the men get called out. So how can you say, hey, when the men do it too, and yes, and the men get called out for that same thing? They get called out. But now y'all don't want women to get called out for doing cheap shot. It's like we can't even the women view WNBA. The women, they want the men. They want to get paid like the men. They want to get viewed like the men. And then when we start to treat them like the men in men's sports, they get mad and say you can't fan. So we can't critique women players because we all, man, we don't understand what they're going through. Like, you're turning off fans. Let's go with this pay gap situation. They say it's not fair that the men get paid more than the women. That's what they say. It's not fair the men get paid more than the women. Let's bring it in. There's far more women supporting the NBA than the WNBA. And that's the fact. Go ask your average girl on the street, name a WNBA player or WNBA team. They can't name them. Ask the same woman to name an NBA team and an NBA player, and they can name you multiple. Even the WNBA players, half of their idols are actually men players. Remember Angel Reese? She said one of her favorite players is Kevin Durant. Last time I checked, Kevin Durant was a man. Let's be honest. And this whole pay cap thing, y'all don't bring in the revenue. Y'all don't bring in. Y'all haven't made a profit in 25 years. Without the men league, the WNBA wouldn't exist. And then y'all play half the games. So men play 82 games. The WNBA play around like 40 games. So how can you expect 40 games to make the same amount of pay as someone who's playing 82 games? That's like me doing a part-time job complaining that the full-time worker getting paid more. Nigga, you doing a part-time job. The WNBA is a summer youth program. Let's be honest. These women they basically play in the summer. I think from May to like August, something like that, right? They're basically a summer youth program, making over $70K on the lowest. I would think. I think the lowest is $70K, or the minimum is $70K. So tell me this: name somebody who makes $70K in 3 months and complaining. The WNBA players make way more money than the average blue-collar worker in that time span. Niggas got to bust their ass to make $100K a year. Y'all making $100K in 3 months. I mean, $70K in 3 months. So somebody got to bust their ass to make $100K in all year round, or even $70K all year round. You're making $70K in 3 months. But yet you're complaining. But the women don't even support their own league. They're watching Scandal. They're watching Love and Hip Hop. They're watching Bad Girls Club, Baddie East, Baddie West, North South, whatever that thing was called. They're watching Zeus Network. And then they complain that people don't watch the league. First of all, the number one fan base of the WNBA is men. White men, to be exact. And I keep telling the WNBA players, but don't listen to me at all because of who am I? Or I tell women, if you want to relate to younger women, you have to relate to younger women. One thing that I would say Angel Reese did that related to younger women is she brought sexy back. If you look at the WNBA draft, the women came in looking seductive, looking sexy. They're dressing like the younger women in high school or even in college. That's relatable to them. Because back in the days, it was just a bunch of women looking like the NBA draft. They all had suits on, looking manly. That a lot of women don't relate to that, right? So at least Angel Reese is bringing sexy back to the WNBA. So now people gonna view her. Now let's go how she got snubbed. Let's go with how Caitlin Clark got snubbed. First of all, for the people out there in the back who keep saying she's a rookie, she don't deserve to be on the Olympic team. and she haven't earned it to be on Olympics team. Rookies don't play on an Olympics team. I could tell you I don't watch sports. College players can play on the Olympics team. Have you ever heard of Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan. He was a rookie on an 84 Olympics team. A rookie. Before he played any NBA game. He was drafted by Chicago Bulls, then played. He was drafted in April, if I'm mistaken. Then he played in the Olympics in the summer. Then played for the Chicago Bulls in October. So he didn't average no points in the NBA, but he was on the Olympics team. You know who else was on the Olympic team? Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was actually in college on the Olympics team. So Jordan was officially drafted by the Bulls, so he considered an NBA rookie. Patrick Ewing was actually still in college, and they both played on the Olympics team. But wait, let's go with Dream Team, 92. When the first time they put most of the roster with NBA players. Guess who was a rookie on that team? Christian Laettner, a rookie out of Duke. Considered one of the greatest players in Duke history. He also was on the Dream Team. But guess who else they was going to put before him? One of the greatest players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq. Shaq was going to be on the Dream Team as a rookie. What are we talking about? And when they put Michael Jordan on the 84 team, that put more views on the NBA. Because, oh, yo, we're going to see this player play. Oh, my goodness, yo, I got to tune into this game. He's exciting. What are we talking about? And then the Dream Team helped make the NBA global. What are we talking about? They have a bunch of countries taking pictures before the game and after the game with the NBA players. And they were getting smacked by 80 points. For people to say Caitlin Clark don't deserve it and your college resume don't matter, it does matter to go to the Olympics because Michael Jordan won mattered, and he was in the Olympics, never played the game in the NBA. Christian Laettner mattered. He didn't play a game in the NBA. What are we talking about? Shaq career mattered. He almost made the Dream Team. And none of them played a day of an NBA game. They just went to the Olympics. But Caitlin Clark have played. Caitlin Clark scored the most points in NCAA history. More than men and female. The most points ever. She even scored more points than Michael Jordan. Now, I'm not saying she's Jordan level, like in real life, in the professional leagues. I'm talking about in college. It's just a fact. Let all leagues and rookie and assists. Let all players and assists, I should say. My bad. She took Iowa from a no name to a household name. Made 2 finals. She lost both of them. Most 3-pointers ever made. This lady is box office, shooting 3-pointers from the logo. From the logo. Having her on your Olympic team is more viewership for the world to tune in to the WNBA. But no, they don't put her on a league on a team. They put Brittany Griner on the team. She only played one game this season. One game this season. She's averaging 11 points. The only reason why they put her on the team is because of that whole Russia thing with the marijuana. Let's be honest. When Brittany Griner came back to the WNBA from that bad trade that Joe Biden did, the stadium was still empty. What happened to her support then? Remember, we all support Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner. We support her, bring her back to this. All wrong. She don't get paid enough. And then a woman turned around and didn't even support her. The stadium was still empty. And the tickets like $20, $25. And I still couldn't support that. Women help make the NBA popular. Women buy NBA jerseys way more than they buy WNBA jerseys. Women will go to basketball games, All-Star Weekend. Those seats are paid for, right? So whether you go in there to look at, he's sexy, he's cute, it still count as support because you're still purchasing the ticket or you're watching the basketball game on. I'm seeing girlfriends in life that I had in life, or even girls who I dealt with in my presence watching the basketball game, and Steph Curry shoot a three. Oh, touchdown! I mean, it's not a touchdown. It's a basket. But mind you, they're watching the players because the players are exciting. It's impact. Steph Curry changed the game. His three-point shot from half court is impact. Now you got children shooting threes now like crazy, and it's kind of it's kind of a bad shot shooting from half court. But Steph Curry is special breed. I'm just telling you about the impact, how he did it. It could be negative, it could be positive, whatever. Damian Lillard, same thing. Come on, man. Come on. The WNBA is what you call cut the nose off to spite the face. These women are obviously jealous of Caitlin Clark. A statement came out, and they said the reason why they didn't put Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team is because she have too much fans, or they didn't want to disappoint all her fans because of the limit playing time she would have. Just tell me I'm jealous without saying I'm jealous. First of all, most players on that team are going to have limited time. Like an all-star game, everyone have limited time. So you mean to tell me you couldn't put Caitlin Clark in there for excitement? Now, get me wrong. The women's basketball Olympic team, if I am mistaken, won like 6 or 7 gold medals straight. If I am mistaken. So they don't need Caitlin Clark to win. And put that out there. But they do need Caitlin Clark for viewership, to gain new fans. You see what Caitlin Clark did now? It gained new fans. Imagine what you could do on a global scale. Shooting threes from half court in China somewhere. Not in China, but you know what I mean, like playing against China somebody, or these countries. Now guess what? Now people in China are watching. Who this girl? It's just jealousy, man. Now people saying, "Oh, look at the top rookie rating now." I'm like, yo, that's in a few days. But Caitlin Clark made rookie of the month last month. It's a new month now. So this girl is still leading the WNBA in rookies in scoring. She's still leading them rookies in scoring. She's asked to do more. And then for the people out there who saying Angel Reese made Caitlin Clark by doing the "you can't see me," it's BS. It's BS. Actually, you can say Angel Reese created the moment. Fine, what she did. But Caitlin Clark was already Caitlin Clark. That's why she went in Caitlin Clark face and did that through the whole goddamn game. Because Caitlin Clark was Caitlin Clark. She was. And for people out there saying she did that to people's faces, no, she was not. Caitlin Clark did this "you can't see me" thing to her own fitness coach, her own trainer. She didn't do it to the other team. Even the other girl on the other team, who actually I think she played on LSU this past season, also said, no, people confused it. People, media made out of control. She didn't do this to me on my team. She did it to her own trainer. That's their thing. So this narrative that's a lie. That is a lie. Look it up, y'all. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. So this right here made Angel Reese popular. Angel Reese was a good player, but she wasn't as popular until after this in taunting Caitlin Clark. That's what made her more popular overall. Right? And rightfully so. But Caitlin Clark always was popular. She always was popular. So let's go down to, before I wrap this up, let's go down to the Fever's attendance bracket. Last year, on average, or maybe high, the Fever brought in like 4,000 people in attendance. They were like the bottom team in the league. Even one of the worst attendance, one of the worst ticket sales in the league. Chicago Sky was on average around like 7,000 plus, on close to 8,000. And then when Angel Reese came on the team, they're around like 9,000. Right? Like plus since she came on the team. So Angel Reese did bring more views and more ticket sales. Also with the other rookie, Kamala, I think her name is, they also brought in ticket sales of like 9,000, right? Boom. Caitlin Clark, the Fever went from 4,000 to 15,000 on average now. That's what you call impact. That's Caitlin Clark effect. Y'all just mad that how she brought views to the game. Y'all just mad. Y'all wanted the views to the game, but just mad how it went. So now, and mind you, the high for Caitlin Clark, if I'm mistaken, 19 to 20,000 viewers. Ticket sales in attendance. Like 20,000 people showed up for Caitlin Clark, or 19,000, something like that. That is and the lowest for the Fever at the moment is 10,000. So the high for Chicago Sky is 9,000, and the lowest for the Fever this year is 10,000. Now you tell me who the cash cow is. And then when the Fever played the Chicago Sky, it was at 17 to 18,000. That wasn't because of Angel Reese. That was literally because of Caitlin Clark, because the number shows it. So the high where Angel Reese is 9,000. Her at those games, at her own home games. The minute she plays Caitlin Clark, their viewership goes up to 17,000. But that couldn't have happened without the other part of it, which is Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark could put on those numbers without Reese. It's been shown. It's been proven. Now, I'm not saying Angel Reese can't play. No, Angel Reese is a baller. Get that straight. She's a baller. She's very good. But we're talking about box office and who's more exciting, who's a better actual basketball player, is Caitlin Clark. Not even close. And it ain't because she's a white, straight girl. That's BS. That is BS. is because she's exciting. But the hate they're getting, the hate that Caitlin Clark is getting, is because she's a straight white woman. And the WNBA is full of gay black women. And y'all made it racial. People like Jamel Hill. People like Joy Taylor. Y'all, now, those two women watch sports. But now the rest of the women out there, they don't watch sports. They just, on TikTok, they don't watch sports. They just talking. Most of the women don't watch sports. They don't get it. Some do, most don't. It's just a fact. So, with that being said, man, the WNBA is making a big mistake with not putting rookie Caitlin Clark, who is box office, on the Olympic team. It wasn't for Caitlin Clark, y'all wouldn't have the most. Y'all wouldn't have the views right now. Y'all sales went up 5 times or 6 times since she's been in the league. Their sales, they showed the ticket sales would have took 5 years to make the ticket sales that Caitlin Clark did in 1 week. It would have took 5 years to do these sales for the WNBA rating. But it took her a week to do this. Or 2 weeks max to do this. What could have been done in 5 years, in 2 weeks or a week. That's amazing. You ride your cash cow. Like the NBA did. They rode Michael Jordan. Because he was so excited. Like, Mike, if I could be like, I want to be like Michael Jordan. The logo, they came up with a phrase called, I love this game. Because of the hype of the 90s of basketball. That was spearheaded by Michael Jordan. Then Shaquille O'Neal, then Grant Hill. And then when Jordan left, it called I Still Love This Game. Because those players carried the torch on. The Kobe Bryants of the world. God bless his soul. The Allen Iversons of the world. Once again, the Shaquille O'Neals of the world. Ah, man. Yo, WNBA, man, is self-sabotaging their own league because they're jealous of a savior that happens to be a white woman. If that was a black woman doing what she did, this hate wouldn't be as... Even her own... before I go, I'm sorry. It seems like Caitlin Clark's own team don't like Caitlin Clark. When she gets knocked on the floor, nobody is coming to her aid defending her. They're like, oh, get him next time, girl. Come on, let's get up. They don't like her. Because it's either they don't like her or they don't want to be called a sellout for helping a white girl, defending a white girl because a black girl knocked her to the ground. They don't want to be labeled Samuel L. Jackson's character in the Django. Which is stupid. It's stupid. If my player falls on the floor, get knocked down rough, and my player could be white, Asian, or whatever, I have an issue with that, and I'm a black man. I'm going to check whoever that person is, even if they're black. But in WNBA, they're doing racial politics, so nobody wants to help Caitlin Clark. Because they don't want to be labeled, damn, a black girl saving a white girl against another black girl. Caitlin Clark's getting fouled extremely hard, like a lot per game, it seems like. Anywho, with that being said, man, later, man.